Excuse me as I kiss the sky. I wanna take you higher. Yeah. I don't know why I sung that. It has nothing to do with anything that has to do with this video. Listen, I wanted to talk about something specific, but I want to talk to you guys about it while I'm doing like this graphic. I went ahead and recorded myself doing a graphic from scratch because a lot of people try to say, oh, her graphics are templates. Well, usually if I do a graphic, I do it custom made. I do it from scratch from the beginning. I might take an old graphic that I did and reuse it like I'm going to do with this graphic right here. But for the most part, I don't really use templates like that. I use them from scratch. Excuse Justice, he up in here talking to, he having his moment, okay? So you won't hear him in the background. He watching TV, he in his swing watching TV. So I wanted to talk about dating apps, and the reason why I wanted to talk about dating apps because everybody knows that I met Justice's father on POF. Okay, now I never really used POF to really find love, not ever. Like I don't think I ever thought that I would find love on any type of dating site. But usually I'll get on dating sites in order to get new clients in regards to graphic design, or when I was promoting parties in Atlanta, I would use dating apps to attract guys to come to events, you know, at whatever club I was promoting at the time. So using a dating app was like super easy, and it would just help me, you know, be able to find men that were single, and that's what I really needed. But as time went on, I started to notice that dating apps is basically what married men use to sneak around. Married men use the internet to fuck around, and I didn't start noticing this shit until married men really started trying to holler at me like that. Now Priest wasn't the last guy that contacted me online to try to holler at me that was actually married. Priest was separated when he met me, but so he and this wife of his led me to believe, because see, from what I'm understanding now in hindsight, they probably just had like this open relationship and was just playing mind games with other people around them. As fucked up as that is, you know, a lot of people don't think about what they doing when they get in these situations. I thought long and hard before I started dating Priest and taking him serious, and I factored in the possibility that him and this woman could get back together. But he had made me so many promises that they wasn't. She had made me so many promises that they wasn't. So I just fell for the okie doke. But what I want to tell a lot of women who are getting on these dating apps, not just POF, Tinder, damn OkCupid, Bumble, damn Tagged, what's the other one, Badu, it's a whole bunch of different ones that people use. Shit, you might be able to get fucked in the game if you use eHarmony or Match or whatever, like the ones that you literally have to pay for. I think the free apps are a little bit more dangerous, and as we're talking about free apps and the danger of using them, men tend to use women on these sites as prey. Okay, so now don't get it twisted. I know some people that I met on social media, whether it's Facebook or a dating site, and they've been together since they met, you know, but that's an exception to a rule. Like the majority of people on there, you're gonna have a difficult time, you know, deciphering whether they telling you the truth about who they are. Now here's another thing I want to bring to everybody's attention. All right, so let's say for instance you meet somebody you like on a dating app, and you meet somebody that you like in real life. You may meet them at the grocery store, at the club, or maybe one of your friends introduce you to this person. That doesn't mean that person is any less crazy than the person that you're meeting on a dating site. Like, I've met assholes just strictly off me going to go get some shoes and a handbag, or me walking in a damn grocery store. You understand what I'm saying? So you at risk of meeting an asshole whether you meet them online or not. That's neither here nor there, okay? So don't let it fool you. I don't know if y'all know, but there's this like man suspected of killing a woman he met on a dating app in New York City, and he pleaded not guilty to attempted murder and rape charges in Los Angeles earlier this week, I believe. So, but from what I understand, it's like 6 other cases of him like strangling other women. Like, he's literally been like doing this for a while now, and if you see him, he's like a really handsome dude. Like, I know other women that's looking at him like, oh my god, I would have totally dated him if he had reached out to me and been like really nice enough. I think his name is Daniel Drayton. I think he was arrested last week in Los Angeles, and is set to be extradited to New York in connection with the murder of one woman and the rape of another, and both of whom police officials said he met through dating apps. This guy has been wanted for murder of this nurse he met in Queens who was found dead in her home a few weeks ago after she met him on Tinder. Listen, we all not slow. We know men prey after women all of the time, online and off. But in this specific situation, there's no evidence to prove that this dude strangled this girl. He was actually arrested in Hollywood, California, after the Los Angeles police said he strangled and sexually assaulted a 28-year-old woman he had also met on a dating site. This dude said he strangled a man in the Bronx before, but he has never really done anything to a woman. He's saying these accusations are false. I don't know. We're going to see how this pan out. But seeing the picture of him, I'm just surprised. I mean, his bail was ridiculous. That joint was set at $1.25 million. Like, he is not getting out. Like, the only way he'll get out is if some celebrity decides somewhere to pay. He's like connected to like 7 murders. He ain't getting out of jail. They set that bail so high, that man ain't going no goddamn way. He ain't going nowhere. Like I said, I never really used a dating site as a real way to find someone. So it's kind of surprising me the way that I met Priest and we actually ended up together and had a baby together. But as you can see, you know, that didn't turn out well. But then again, you know, some situations just don't turn out well, whether you meet a person online or offline. After Priest, I actually found out a guy that I have been talking to as just as friends for many, many years. He's actually still married and been separated for 8 years and didn't tell me. And I just found out after I was telling him the story about me and Priest. And then another friend of mine that we were having a business relationship with each other. I was actually doing his graphics and stuff for him and his video editing. And this fool came to me one day and sent me this message talking about, you know, how much I make him happy and how he wants to leave his wife for me. And I'm like, yo, we ain't never met in person. We just been Facebook friends for a really, really long time. And we've been handling business as of lately. So when he burst out of nowhere talking about somehow he wanted to be a father to my son and how he wanted to get married to me. And the interesting part about it is the man got 8 kids already. All right. And he on his 3rd wife and was expecting me to be wife number 4. And I'm looking at the message of him sending this to me. He's sending this to me online, and I guess he was expecting for me to be like, okay, fine, let's do this. I was like, nigga, you have lost every bit of your mind. I said, you mean to tell me you reached out to me on a professional level just to get to me on a personal tip? That's really, really disappointing to me. You know, I was just really upset. I just let him have it. He asked me, was I going to tell his wife? I said, listen, I don't know your wife, and even if I did know your wife, I'm not about to have this conversation with her. I'm just going to check you because you straight tripping. You understand what I'm talking about? You straight tripping. So ladies, hear me when I tell you, be careful about these men that you meet online. And even in Atlanta, right? Atlanta, they have these little parties, these little Facebook group parties, right? And little sex parties in Atlanta, to where they'll try to make women feel comfortable with participating and coming to these events. But then when the women do finally decide to participate, if they participate in the Facebook groups or the sex parties or whatever the case is, they start dragging the women inside of that group. Women start dragging the women inside of the group, and at the parties, men start dragging the women. It's like a whole bunch of drama and messiness. I had to get out a whole bunch of Facebook groups. I was like, people in Atlanta in these Facebook groups and these parties is just too much. Like, I was like, oh my God. I don't think they have that type of thing here in San Francisco. Like, most people who throw events here in San Francisco, at least from what I've seen, a lot of it has to do with culture and education, and it's like meet and greets for information technology people and people inside of business. But I haven't been here long enough to let you know the skinny on what the nightlife is here in San Francisco, or what it's like to really, really date, because I haven't been dating like that. But you best believe I will keep y'all updated. But ladies, be careful on these dating sites, because I'm telling you, these men are using all types of damn apps and ways to reach out to women. And the internet used to be cool as hell at first. Like, I used to have a Black Planet page, and I've always used the internet as a way to promote my business, my modeling, or whatever the case. So I've always had a social media platform from as far back as I can remember. I'm talking about like 1999, 2000. And back then, the internet was kind of mysterious because everybody had like a screen name or a username. But it would be very, very rare that you would actually meet the person that you're talking to in person. So now that everybody's starting to meet everybody in person because they're having like Facebook parties and damn Instagram. A DJ posted one time on Instagram that he was having a block party and everybody showed up to that. You know, it's different now. So you never really know who's following you on social media, and if you say you going to be somewhere, somebody will show up. I remember one time I was trying to get rid of an ex, and I wrote on my Facebook that I was at Lenox Mall chilling, and next thing you know, this dude showed up, and I'm like, you can't tell me it's a coincidence that your ass just suddenly showed up to Lenox, walking around the food court looking for me. That doesn't make any sense to me. So you got to be careful about where you are and what you telling people about your whereabouts. And speaking about that, I just posted like maybe 2 months ago, I posted a video about a dude that was like stalking me, and I put like the link to a blog to where I wrote in detail about this guy. He was a white guy, and I'm thinking since then, since he hasn't posted anything about me on his YouTube channel, that he's no longer stalking me. Do you know this fool posted a video just like yesterday or the day before that, actually using Google Maps, recording his screen. He recorded a picture of the grocery store that I was last at in a video. Like, I showed myself at a Safeway near my house. This stalker is doing a video about how much he likes Safeway, but he's using a picture of the very grocery store that I go to in that specific side of town. And I guess he's trying to, like, everybody's trying to guess where I live at and stuff, and every time they try to guess, they're never right. Like, they're never right. Like, how many times I gotta say I live in San Francisco, but they think because I go out into certain areas to visit friends and family and they might see me out there, that must be where I live. So this fool is using the same picture of the very damn Safeway I go to, and he was doing a live stream talking to his audience, talking about how much he likes Safeway, but has the picture of the very same Safeway, like he live in the state I live in. He don't even live in the state I live in. He live in Oregon. I live in California. He's showing a picture of the very Safeway I go to in the very town center. Got a map. Got an actual map of where that very Safeway is, and is talking about it. That's how creepy people on the internet have become. And I'm pretty sure they was creepy back then when I first got on, but they're definitely creepy now and ain't got no shame in their game. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you were accused of stalking, or there was a possibility that charges could be filed against you for you stalking a woman, wouldn't the last thing you do is live stream a actual picture of this woman's whereabouts? Like a map of where this woman, like a map of where this woman frequently goes? That's stalking, and this fool has not registered that in his mind. Even though he isn't talking about me in this live stream, it's clear that he's using the very picture of a Safeway that I was driving by, or I was sitting in the parking lot doing a video at this Safeway. You have to be careful, ladies, online, because people of all colors, black, white, regardless to what gender they are following you around. They're looking at what you're doing, and you need to be careful. Like, people prey people on the internet, like, seriously. And so when people say, well, how do you show your son? How do you vlog about your family? Because I know how to keep myself safe. Like, nobody knows exactly where I am, right? They think they know exactly where I live at, right? Now, I done went to this damn Safeway. I bet you I never go to that damn Safeway again. I never see me in that Safeway. And this is the very reason why I said to people, you know what? If you want to put your logo on my backdrop, please do. Because I'm getting a backdrop so I can film in my house. I'm not filming in my car. I'm not driving and doing a live stream anymore, because I was doing that before. People are real creepy, especially men. They have this predatory behavior, and they actually think that it's okay. So ladies, please be careful on the internet. Don't get yourself caught up in a situation that you can't get out of, honey child. All right, have vision and stay focused. Namaste.